What's up, hiringadrone.com. Today I'm going to be testing out my Walkera 2DG gimbal. I have my SJ4000 camera in there. So I have a chip in one of my blades, so I'm not going to be flying too high with the quadcopter today. I just want to make sure that the gimbal's working correctly, see if I got any jello while I wait on my new blades to come. So far it looks good. I was having a little bit of a vibration problem with the gimbal earlier. Got a little bit of a strong headwind here. And so far everything looks good, no issues. I'd be very interested to see how the jello effect turns out on this. But like I said, I'm not going too high with it. I do have a pretty bad chip in one of my blades. I just wanted to make sure that I had this correct. I do not have the servo cable hooked in for pitch roll or auxiliary. Whenever I was plugging that in, I was getting some bad feedback. So I'm just not sure exactly how to fix that at the moment. So as long as there's power to it, though, it'll perform its basic functions, which is just to make sure the camera is level at all times. And that's what I want to check out, as well as just making sure that there's no jello with it. So the wind's getting pretty strong. But this V303 seeker handles excellent. Just had that issue with the controller, but it seems to be solved. Now I'm just waiting on some new blades, and we got the gimbal installed, so we can see what the video quality is like with this. When I was using the standard mount that comes with the V303 seeker, a lot of jello that came along with that. Additionally, it didn't look very well. It could have been the vibration from the quadcopter and the chip in the blade. Many different things. It wasn't handling correctly because of the transmitter. It was losing connection, so it wasn't flying as smooth. So I might try that out, just depending on how this video turns out with the SJ4000 and the Walkera gimbal. A lot of people reported, shorter flight times with the V303 seeker and the gimbal on there. It is running off the battery. I do have my camera in upside down, just for the ease of access to charging it, as well as pulling out the SD card. And you can set those settings in your SJ4000 or GoPro, or whenever you go to do your final edit on it. So I didn't have it completely level whenever I was taking off and powering up the gimbal. So as you can see, it might be a little bit slightly tilted, but it looks like it's handling the movement of the quadcopter very well. And that's the basic test I wanted to do. Now, it is a little hard to see if the camera's recording with it in the gimbal, because you can't see any of the lights on the SJ4000. So you got to really listen for those audible beeps to let you know that the camera is recording. I don't personally like it outside of the waterproof case, but that's the only way to fit it into this gimbal. So the SJ4000 is a little fat in comparison to like the iLook or even the GoPro. So what I have on there is rubber bands in 2 different spots on each side. Appears to be holding it pretty snug. I also want to see if I'm going to get any of the feet in there. You can adjust the gimbal's position, the pitch on it. On the bottom of the gimbal, there's 2 spots on there for pitch and roll. So you can point it down, point it up. So if you don't have access to the pitch function on your controller, like what I'm experiencing, or your transmitter, you can still be able to position it before you take off, but you won't be able to move it during the flight. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it in and land it here shortly. I don't want the prop to disintegrate on me due to the big chip out of there, or cause the quadcopter any more extra stress than needed. So there's very little clearance on the ground to the feet of the bottom of the quadcopter, so I need to find somewhere very, very level when landing this, so that way I don't smack the gimbal off there. As you can see, the gimbal's just beating itself against the ground right now, so we'll go ahead and unplug the power from it, power off the transmitter, pull the battery out. So there's quite a few steps here to using this gimbal with the V303. Turn the battery off, and then we'll go ahead and power down the SJ4000. So we'll splice the video in and see how it looks. Hopefully the vibration was good. You know, if not, hopefully once the new props come, that might correct the issue, because there's a pretty big chip missing out of this propeller. So I'm going to take it easy on the V303 until the props come, because I don't want this thing to fall out of the sky and crash. I just got it flying again. So if this video helped you out anyway, definitely give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos.